Close though, and Andrew Maynard, now a light heavyweight, will take on the Cuban Orlando Despaigne. Maynard certainly one of the leading lights of this team, Alex.
In the red corner,
many people say that Andrew Maynard may be our best chance to win a gold medal in Seoul in September. He's going to be trying to doing something today that no U.S. boxer has ever done in the history of the US-Cuba duels, and that's beat a Cuban. We are 0-10 at 178 pounds. He's coming off an ankle injury that you may have seen that he suffered in the semifinals of the Pan Am Games last year. He did come back to win the U.S. title. He's going in today against Orlando Despaigne, who is not the #1 Cuban light heavyweight. Pablo Romero is. Pablo Romero was the opponent with Andrew Maynard when Maynard did injure his right ankle last year. Despaigne does have some international experience, won an international tournament in Europe last year.
And they get the banging underway early here in this first round, wasting no time.
Well, if Despaigne wants to trade with Andrew Maynard's going to oblige him. He's not letting his hands go now, but very, very shortly, Andrew Maynard is going to throw hard power punches with both hands. He is probably the least in terms of amateur style in the whole U.S. team.
He's not very patient, doesn't use the jab to set things up, likes to wail away with both hands, and that's what he's doing, and that's what Despaigne is corresponding with.
Yeah, exactly. He's looking right now in a mirror. Despaigne has come out and just totally taken the play away from Maynard in the opening seconds. He's jumped all over him. Which is something that Pablo Romero tried to do last year in the Pan Am Games. Oh, right hand there by Maynard. Maynard also has a Teflon screw in his right thumb, and he said he's a little bit tentative with that right hand. Plus the right ankle injury, you would think he's lost some power, but he didn't show it in that punch.
Not at all. Very impressive in the U.S. Nationals earlier this month, under the watchful eye of Ray Leonard. Here to urge him on now, and down to one knee goes the Cuban. Jumps up like a jack in the box, but Leonard's pleased, and so is the American team. Despaigne not as experienced as Romero, who dominates this division and has over the years. He's been boxing 7 years, but in some trouble now against Maynard.
Although Despaigne won the first minute of the round, his style is just perfect for Andrew Maynard. He loves to go toe-to-toe.
Still almost half a round to go. You indicated to me, Alex, before this bout, Maynard had a good chance to take this man out if all went well for him.
If his ankle held up and his hand held... Oh, another great shot. Right hand. Despaigne hurt and holding on, and he could take a standing 8 count.
There's the left to put him down to make sure of the count.
And if you want to talk about a case of deja vu, I can assure you that Andrew Maynard scored that left hook a second after the referee said break. But in this case, unlike the '84 Olympics in Los Angeles in the light heavyweight bout, the referee did not disqualify Andrew Maynard as he did Evander Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield, the Yugoslav referee. Kevin Berry of New Zealand got the win, but one more knockdown, one more count, and this Cuban is out of here. And he's still got the better part of a minute to get through the round.
The Cuban is very game, but he's just walking into that right hand.
And that is, no, just a break. I thought for a moment that might be it. They watch the boxers very carefully in amateur boxing. 30 seconds to go for Despaigne to survive this round.
Cuban boxer Despaigne gets a caution. That's the least of his problems right now. He wants to survive this round.
He appreciates the time he got from the caution, I'm sure. American referee working this one.
You might see Ray Leonard in the background there, standing just to the left of Ollie Dunlop.
With Evander Holyfield, and now the American is down on one knee. Just like that, Maynard got caught with only seconds to go in the round. What a first round this has been, the light heavyweight bout.
You cannot be saved by the bell, but this round should be over. There's the bell.
An amazing first round now leads to a second with Andrew Maynard leading Orlando Despaigne of Cuba 2 knockdowns to 1.
It's difficult to see if Andrew Maynard has re-injured his leg. The Cuban Despaigne was told by Segura in his corner. He looks trying to gingerly to step on it there. The Cuban corner told Despaigne that his leg is hurt, go after him. And it looks to me like that right ankle is not 100%, Don.
Perhaps not. He nailed him, the Cuban did, with just seconds to go on the first round after a standing count and the knockdown that followed by Andrew Maynard. These two are head-hunting and body-banging, and you get no idea that it's going to go 3 rounds, as now the Cuban tends to dominate Maynard.
The problem for Maynard is that right hand that he was getting home with such regularity in the first round, he just can't get the power because of the injury to the right ankle.
And the Cuban is very effective with his body shots, wearing Maynard down here in the second round. Maynard totally dominated his man for the first 2 minutes and 40 seconds of round one. But the knockdown has given Despaigne a new lease on life. He caught him with a very tame-looking left hand just at the end of the round.
He hit him with a body blow on the left side. Ooh, tremendous right hand by Despaigne, and Maynard took it.
That simply wasn't as forceful as the one that took him down earlier.
You see Despaigne trying to work Maynard's body, and Maynard is definitely trying to get his body away. I think those body punches are eating Andrew Maynard up.
I think they are too. That's been the difference. Halfway in the round. Despaigne, very clever, realized he had a guy who might take him out, so he had to try to wear down the pace that Maynard was setting by going to the body. It's been a very effective move in this round.
And Maynard is still dangerous. Make no mistake about that.
Each man still very dangerous.
Ooh, again, the right hook clipped Despaigne on the chin. Maynard just missed with that one.
Nobody is competing for a decision here in this one. They're both intent on ending it.
Referee telling the Cuban when he says stop, he wants them to stop punching and step back. With the right hand by Cuban, Despaigne scoring with Maynard.
Referee Dr. Ray Carter of Cincinnati.
Remember that in theory,
oh, good left.
In amateur boxing, the power of the punch does not count.
Supposedly.
In theory. I have yet to see a jab landed in this bout.
You won't see many from Maynard. He doesn't believe him.
He said he promised Sugar Ray Leonard he'd throw him in this bout, but he said, I'll forget that 1.5 jabs into the fight.
And he did.
He didn't throw the jab and a half.
Inside 20 seconds now in the second round. They've thrown so many punches. They've taken so many hard shots. They've both got to be very weary as they hang on down to the 10-second mark.
Maynard looks a little bit wearier, holding his hands down at his side.
Stay with us. Round two coming to a close. Andrew Maynard, born in Maryland, now living in Colorado Springs, where the U.S. team trains, getting ready for the Olympics, hopefully, into a third round against Orlando Despaigne. It has been a battle in Atlantic City for the first two.
And I'd really be interested to see what the scorecards show right now, Don. These two have just been scoring bombs from the beginning.
Look at the bombs unloading here, both ways.
No skill, conditioning, and guts. No technique. It's just all heart.
Well, Evander Holyfield, you see him there standing at ringside, can relate to Maynard. This was his division. You referred to it earlier, that Maynard's competing for in terms of the United States Olympic team.
Difficult to see. Watch the right ankle of Andrew Maynard as he backs out. He does not seem to be favoring as much as he was early in the second round.
There's Holyfield, undisputed cruiserweight champion, now moving to the heavyweight rank. He likes what he sees from Maynard. Maynard taken down just seconds before the end of the first round. He had a standing 8 count, a knockdown of Despaigne prior to that. They both somehow stayed upright since that point. I don't know how. Still half the third round of weather. This bruising pace continues.
And in my scorecard, this bout is still up for grabs.
I think it is too.
I had first round to Maynard, second round to Despaigne, and a pretty even, I don't know who got the better of those exchanges in the first minute of this round.
Not an easy fight to score by any means. Because there's no set technique, it's just bombs away, and if your eye's quick enough, you might catch the guy throwing most of them and scoring with the majority. If not, you've got a problem. So as champions from 84 and 76, Holyfield and Leonard look on. A guy who'd like to be a champion in the Olympics, Andrew Maynard, takes it down to the closing seconds against a very tough Cuban, Orlando Despaigne.
And as Sugar Ray Leonard did against Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Robinson did in almost all his fights, Andrew Maynard in the final 30 seconds coming up is going to have to try to steal this round. Flurry at the end.
U.S. team urging them on. Hit him in the back, but the Cuban turned and invited him. His action stopped just for a moment. So take your pick. This one is going to be very tough for the judges. They might have erred along the way so far today. You can forgive them for getting the wrong man as the winner of this one. It's that close, I think. We will have the decision in the light heavyweight bout in a moment. Great action here today, and the results of this dual meet don't necessarily reflect how well some of these American fighters fought. Let's see how this one turned out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest by a 2-1 score in the blue corner, Andrew Maynard.
So Maynard pulls out a very tough battle against a competitive Cuban who was with him blow for blow all the way. Orlando